We move on to the other news this Monday night, to the Jeffrey Epstein files and the outrage growing at this hour after the DOJ accidentally revealed the names of nearly 100 survivors. The New York Times also reporting that dozens of images of young nude women were also released by the DOJ. What the survivors are demanding tonight, and here's Pierre Thomas.
Tonight, fresh anguish for nearly 100 victims of sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after the Justice Department accidentally released their names and reportedly some of their images as well. Today, attorneys for victims demanding that all 3 million pages made public last week be taken down, telling a judge every hour matters. The harm is ongoing and irreversible. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche has acknowledged mistakes were made.
Every time we hear from a victim or their lawyer that they believe that their name was not properly redacted, we immediately rectify that.
But previously anonymous victims say that's not enough. "I have never come forward," wrote one woman, identified as Jane Doe. "This is devastating to my life. Please, I'm begging you to delete my name." Tonight, fellow survivors like Danny Binsky speaking out.
For survivors who have never, ever come forward, this is heartbreaking.
And the New York Times reporting that DOJ published dozens of nude images of young women or possibly teenagers before taking them down when they were alerted. The latest DOJ release, which officials say is the last one, included hundreds of mentions of President Trump, most of them in newspaper articles. Trump and Epstein were friends in the 1990s. When Epstein was arrested in 2019, Trump said they'd had a falling out and hadn't spoken in 15 years.
They released 3 million pages. It's like this is all they're supposed to be doing. And frankly, the DOJ, I think, should just say, we have other things to do.
Trump has denied any wrongdoing, and the Justice Department has said they found no reason to charge anyone else with crimes. But tonight, a who's who of rich and powerful men forced to explain why they apparently maintained communication with Epstein after he was convicted of sex crimes. Everyone from Elon Musk to Giant's co-owner Steve Tisch to Trump's current Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick to Britain's former Prince Andrew, who was pictured in these photos leaning over a young woman lying on the floor. All the men say they have done nothing wrong and insist they knew nothing about Epstein's crimes. But tonight, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer saying Andrew, who was stripped of his royal titles because of his entanglements with Epstein, should testify before Congress, saying Epstein's victims have to be the first priority. Tonight, DOJ says it has taken down thousands of pages of documents that may have included names and pictures of victims. A judge has scheduled a conference hearing for Wednesday to discuss whether more can and should be done. David, the victims say this is all causing them even more pain.
Pierre Thomas live in Washington tonight. Pierre, thank you.